Hey, happy President's Day. I would love to hear in the comments below, who is the first president that you remember being the presidents of the United States when you were a kid? Because I feel like we always suddenly, as we're growing up, there's one that sticks out in our mind that we remember, hey, that's the man, that's the president of the United States.
The moment you've been waiting for! Here comes the general! The pride of Mount Vernon! Here comes the George Washington! We are outgunned! Outmanned!
It is February, so today we are talking about books to read kids for President's Day. So the first one is called If I Ran for President. This is such a fun book by Catherine Steer about a group of kids who are imagining what it would be like if they ran for president. So it goes through the story, and in the pictures is kind of fun because it shows a couple pages with each kid thinking what it would be like if they ran for president. Super fun. And also at the beginning, it gives a list of things that really can and can't happen and why, you know, a kid couldn't run for president because they're not 35. President's Day by Anne Rockwell. And this one is about a group of kids who are going to put on a play to talk about President's Day. And so they go through the different steps of preparing for this play and then shows them actually putting it on and the different things that they learn and share about the presidents. The next one is called George Did It by Suzanne Tripp Germain. And this is all about how President George Washington, before he ever became president, he had no interest in the job and how he was really asked to do so many things, and he stood up and he rose up to the challenge and he did it when he helped, you know, fight the Revolutionary War and he helped create the Constitution. But then he did not want to do it when they were asking him to become president. But he was convinced that he was the best man for the job, and so he went through and he did become president. And it talks about getting there and how this journey and how long it took to get to New York, which was the then capital, and what it was like for him and how hard it was. But in the end, George did it and he was the first president. This next one is a fun little biography, and there are other books in the series as well, like George Washington. And so it's just about Abraham Lincoln, lawyer, president, emancipator. And it goes through and has bright pictures and just talks about Abraham Lincoln when he was young and then growing up, and then eventually how he became the president and what happened leading up and during his presidency. And then it gives a timeline and did you know and a glossary, so it's a great little handy book. So all of these first books were very informational. But then Duck for President is just so much plain fun because it's the same duck from Click Clack Moo, and he is just silly, always up to these ridiculous antics, and now he wants to become, for one, first of all, he wants to become in charge of the farm. And so he sets up an election, and Farmer Brown is not happy with that. But in the end, the animals voted for Duck. And then he decides that running a farm is not all it's cracked up to be. And so then he goes and runs against the governor, wins there. And then eventually he goes and even wants to be president, and he wins and becomes the president of the country. But in the end, is that really worth it? Or what should a duck do? If you like this video, please take a second, give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That always helps me. And share with me in the comments below, what book are you reading to a child this week? Bye.